What's up, my folks? Out here with the poop factory. Yeah, they are really producing poop. Hope y'all are all doing good and everyone fared well with the winter blast. It's about 75 degrees today here now. We had snow last week. Had a good weekend last weekend though. Some of the boys came down. We had fun. But let's talk a little bit about percentages. I got disconnected with a few of you guys this morning. Y'all get back with me if you need to. I was talking to one boy and had to run out real quick. We had a castaway dog, I think, who ended up down here. It was a chaotic mess for a second. You know, that perfect harmony, you know, of chaos and madness that you hear of the dog yard, and then you know what's fixing to happen, you know, like something's going on bad. Yeah, that sound happened. But anyway, let's talk a little bit about percentages today. People were I had a couple of emails asking me about percentage of this one's dogs or that one's dogs. Man, look, this is the truth, dude. The only way you can get a good evaluation on a true percentage of a litter's production is if you keep every dog in the litter. They all get the same. They're all mature. They're all, you know, and 3 years later, you can get a good evaluation of it. You know, these fairy tales of all great litters and stuff, they happen very once in a while, you know. I've been breeding my own dogs now for a long time. And I've only had one litter where all the dogs in the litter were great. I mean, when I mean great, had it all, had every tool in the toolbox. You know what I'm saying? And then I almost had another litter that good, but I gave one of the dogs away to a young fella that it was a good friend of mine's younger brother. He's a friend of mine too, and he still lived with his mom and dad, and his mom claimed the dog, so we never got to hunt with that dog. And he was a very good acting dog too, and he probably would have made another all good one. But every other dog in that litter made it. But that's the only two I've ever had in my whole life of fooling with these dogs that I can recall. That every dog was very, very good. You know what I mean? Very good, good as they come. You know, and so on average, you know, I expect out of my dogs, I can't speak for anybody else, but, you know, out of a litter, you might get a couple duds. I mean, you're probably going to get a couple duds, and you might get a really, really good one here and there, like Bullet. You know, everyone's asking about Bullet. He's with my buddies. I mean, there's no sense in me having a dog like Bullet right here chain rotting. Let him hunt, you know, they work him, they got him 100% perfect, and he's doing really, really good. So, really good, which I know he would, you know, so, you know, that's the way you do that, and we're team with it, you know. I can't keep all the great ones, you know. I gotta let them go out to my buddies so they can go out and enjoy the world, you know. But, and occasionally, you know, you're gonna get just above average dogs. So if you get, just say like a litter of 8, okay, and 2 are duds, and as far as that picking the best puppies and all that, that's a pipe dream too. It don't matter, man. I've seen it, I've done it. Pick what you think is going to be the best one, and then the son of a bitch he's a dud, you know what I mean? And it don't seem to matter. But the thing about the buster stock, it seems like, is this is what I like about that and the dynamite stock. If you got one that's going to be a good bulldog, you're going to know. You're going to freaking know, man, because he's going to be a good bulldog the very first time you take him and let him catch a hog. He's going to go straight to work. He's going to go straight to fighting hard and being rough and doing like a good bulldog should. You know what I'm saying? And if he's flip-flopping around and acting funny, or he goes up there and he half-ass catches the hog, and then the hog gets rough with him, he woo-woos up, he ain't no good. I mean, it's pretty much like it's self-explanatory. All of them are like that. You know, and those dogs don't go back in the breeding program no matter what, you know. And that's how you because if the thing about breeding one that's a dud, people say, well, the blood's there. Yes, it is there, but if that dog has a high ability to reproduce himself, you're going to get a lot of dogs like himself. You know what I'm saying? So, and some dogs have the high ability to reproduce themselves, especially from my strain. So that's why we want to breed the dogs like Bullet down the road. Whereas we got Tank, you know, Tank is a good one. so far so good with Tank. You know what I'm saying? But as far as like Bullet's a 10, Tank's a good solid 8 dog. But you know, Bullet's a solid 10. He don't have no weaknesses. I can't see any weaknesses in him. And there's no sense in breeding an 8 when you got a 10. That's my point on that too. You know, there's just, and so you definitely wouldn't want to breed a dud. You know, there's just no about to pick up. I hadn't picked up this morning. What's up, Bobby? You want to play a little bit? You want to play? You ain't play today? Huh? You want to play? Yeah. Here. You want to play? Pulling him back from him so he's got to jump. Getting kind of tired a little bit. Been working all week. I've been working him and Tank. Trouble all week. So he'll trying to get them in pretty good shape. Because this hunting deer season's over, so it won't be. Damn, I couldn't get it from him. Oh well, that's yours. So it will. The boys will be catching a lot of hogs. So we'll be doing a lot of hog hunting now, and I want to have him pretty good shape. You know what I mean? Because I want to finish him out to see him from now on. Because he's not this. You really can't evaluate a litter of dogs until they're about 3 years old. You know what I'm saying? Because it might. He's still not out of the woods yet. He hasn't had but a couple little catches right here in the the catch pens. I hadn't let him run free in the woods, so we'll see. But. And then the brother's a dud. I had a dud out of that litter. So, and I had a dud out of the females. So, a couple duds out of a litter ain't a big surprise to me. You know what I'm saying? That's not a surprise to me. Especially when I get really good quality freaks every once in a while. That's a good enough reason for me to keep on doing what I'm doing with those. But them themselves is just too damn big. People were asking if I was going to do that breeding again. Man, they go 15 pounds lighter, yeah. But, I think I can get the same quality and breed them down in size. You know what I mean? I can get about a quarter of the buster down in there and keep them smaller. And I think I'll get the same quality of get the drive, especially with this red stuff back into it. I think that'll be a really nice cross. But, anyway, as far as percentages, I can damn sure can't give you the percentages of another man's yard, because you send, I just explained how it is. You're going to get a couple of duds, and then you might get a couple really good ones, and then you might get a couple just average or even below average dogs out of a litter, and it's just the way it works. So if you're going to sell a few puppies and you sell the 2 duds to hunters, the 2, you only keep the below average and average ones, and then you sell the great ones or the ones that could be good, like somebody just wants to make a pet out of them, and they just make a pet out of the dog, and no one ever, you don't get to see the percentages of dogs like that. You don't get to see what the production is when they're like that. The only way to know a real production ability is to raise them yourself, man. That way you take all the variables out of it, And once you do that with a few litters, you can get a better idea what they expect. And just, and like I said, you may, once in a very, very great while, get them great litters, where they all work out good. But you got to look at the history of dogs. A lot of the great dogs, there was only a couple in every litter that really was something special, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe one even only made it in the litter. I've had litters where none made it, and plenty of litters where no dog made it in the whole fucking litter. When I first started breeding dogs, man, I was like, man, and I would be breeding good stuff, good papers, good blood, good bulldogs, and get 1, 2, you know what I mean, out of the litter, and I didn't really get, the first litter that I got really good dogs off of was when I'm serious, was when I bred a cold dog that was a double bred Ricky Suave. His name was Ricky Suave. He was like a Rodney, Grand Champion Rodney dog. He was cold, and I bred him to a cowboy Jeep bitch. And those puppies come out, 3 of them out of the litter were freaking exceptional. exceptional dogs. So, and then I started having good hits. But I bred plenty of good dogs together and had bought breedings from plenty of good title dogs and stuff, and not gotten anything. It's just the luck of the draw. It really is it really is the luck of what you get. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, you know, you pick out the right one. Sometimes you don't. I mean, I made a video before and explained the story. I've done that too many times, but I mean, I've done it and had dogs make a high ranking title, and I had my hand on that puppy and just put him back down and grabbed a different one. You know what I mean? And mine was a dud. You know what I'm saying? It's the way it works, guys. So, but as far as percentages on somebody else's yard, that's like a fucking pipe dream. You don't know what somebody else is doing. But anyway, guys, y'all take care and y'all keep on bulldogging.